In this video, we're going to explore the lead management features available on the dashboard. We'll start at the top in the Quick Look section by clicking on Leads. The time period of interest is currently set to last year. We could set it to any of these other choices. So we see that last year we had 11 new leads, 7 that reached the contacted phase, 12 that reached the interested phase. If we flip over, we can see it's another 7 in the opportunity phase, 22 in the proposal phase, and 8 that made it all the way to win. And we have a number of graphs. This one is a bar graph showing the number of new leads month by month over the last year. The next is a pie chart showing the proportion of the leads that are in each of the lead stages. And next, we have a pie chart showing how we learned about these leads. The next pie chart shows us where all the leads are located. Down here in the snapshot area, we see at right we have a lead stage card. It contains a lead funnel graphic that indicates how many leads are in each of the various stages. The idea is that leads are poured into the top of the funnel, and a given lead may or may not progress to the next stage. For example, a new lead will come in, it has a status of new. You contact that lead, talk with them, they express some interest, they move to the next phase. You talk with them again, it looks like, hey, you're very interested, this is an opportunity, goes to the green opportunity phase. But then for one reason or another, the prospect decides that they're no longer interested. So that lead will stay at the opportunity phase and not progress further. So only a percentage, only a subset of the leads make it all the way to the bottom and become customers. So lead stage and the lead funnel are a good way to gauge how successful you are in converting your leads into customers. So we also have lead information in some of the lists down below. Lead action items. These are reminders, a list of lead-oriented action items. So you can assign action items to all of your workers. So let's choose a particular one. Let's choose my name from the list. So we have action items, for example, lunch meeting, provide more info, and we can open the action item and see it in more detail. And you can edit the action item, and you can add new action items. If you complete the action item, you can click on this checkbox. In the action item, it's not deleted, but it goes into the closed status, so you can find it again by choosing status closed. We can reopen the action item by again clicking on the check mark. Now we have to go back to the open status, and we see that it's now open again. If you want to delete the action item, just click on the X. So use action items so that you don't forget any commitments that you've made to your leads, and also to record any details involved. As I mentioned, when you complete one of these action items, you typically click on the checkbox here to mark it as closed. So over time, you'll get a lot of closed action items, and you'll want to clear them. And that's what this check up here is about. What this will do is actually delete closed action items. So you might do that periodically, perhaps once a month or so, as part of your cleanup process. We see also that we have a list of lead follow-ups that are pending. If you recall, follow-ups are reminders just as action items are, but they're much simpler reminders. So let's take a look at one. So we see that follow-up is just a switch indicating that a follow-up is required in a date. Follow-ups have no details beyond the follow-up date. There's no explanatory text and no category. They're intended merely to bring your attention back to the lead. If we go down to the recent activity list, we see that we have a new lead list. So this is just a list of the latest leads that you've added, and lead communication lists. These track all of the communications you've had with your customers, your texts, your emails, and your phone calls. Click on one to get more detail. Brings up the lead. You can go to the communication log and see all the communications you've had with that particular lead. You can open any of these, read it in more detail, make any changes that you might want, and save it. So that's it for this video about lead management on the dashboard.